Texas League Baseball is next. And a good Saturday evening, everybody, from the South AA Texas League. And now here is the voice of the San Antonio Missions, John Baker. Well, thank you, Bob, and hello, everybody. We welcome you into the live stream on this beautiful Saturday evening. It is Game 5 of 6 between the visiting Corpus Christi Hooks and your San Antonio Missions. Well, tonight after the game, sit back, relax. We're going to enjoy the best fireworks show, courtesy of our friends of West Creek Trail Rides and Dr. Pepper. Series wraps up tomorrow afternoon, first pitch 1:05. Gates open at 12:05, so pretty good right there. We got to say, as we go through a pretty good week of baseball, we've had fun this week, and so far with the 6 games concluding against these 2 ball clubs, we are on the off day Monday. Then we got the visiting Frisco Rough Riders in town Tuesday through next weekend. Well, I'm joined in the booth by my partner, Bob. You have entered into our San Antonio Missions pregame show right here on YouTube Live. And, Bob, how are you doing this fine weekend? I'm doing good. How are you? What a week we've had here in San Antonio, and gotta say, I'm doing pretty good, and sorry if I didn't answer you on time, but doing good, Bob, doing good. Well, anyway, we look at San Antonio, 4-game losing streak as they've lost Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and hopefully trying to get back and win the final 2 of this series against Corpus Christi. Yeah, I got to say, John, it's really aggravating when you think about how hard San Antonio has tried to get in and tried to win last night, but evidently Corpus Christi came in and won 14-13 against San Antonio. And so far, tonight's going to be their chance to get in and get something going. Well, anyway, we look at Corpus Christi winning Tuesday night, 6-5, 8-7. Wednesday, first day of May, 8-4. And 14-13 last night. And yeah, we did get some pretty good rains during that thunderstorm and during that broadcast last night. But tonight is beautiful weather. We look at clear skies, temperature down 78 degrees. What a beautiful night for a ball game. And the birthday month is pretty good, but evidently with today and tomorrow being the only 2 days of nice weather, then we see another upper-level disturbance coming out, and hopefully another big bad wave of severe weather is expected for San Antonio and for other areas as well. Well, I got to say, John, you look at Monday and Tuesday. Well, Monday's not a big deal to worry about. But we look at Monday and Tuesday, it's pretty much thunderstorms, but Tuesday and Wednesday could see a potential for thunderstorm activity. Your birthday on Thursday, a happy belated birthday, John. Thank you, Bob. And got to say, we look at Thursday, it's partly cloudy skies, and so far it's pretty good. Yeah, it is. Well, I hope everybody's been enjoying our time at home, and we are certainly enjoying our time in the ballpark. And for our San Antonio ballpark, it's pretty outstanding the way that we all look at it. But anyway, we are down to 7 games left of our home series, 2 against Corpus Christi, and 6 starting next week with the Frisco Rough Riders, and pretty good on that as well. After the Rough Riders and San Antonio, Missions will head to West Texas to take on the Midland Rockhounds in a 6-game set before returning back to the Wolf. And that is thinking, trying to see, let's see, the 20th of May. Sorry if I was looking at the calendar. But anyway, looking at the calendar, we do have the 20th through the 25th with the visiting Wichita Wind Surge coming to town on those days. Then that Monday road travel, San Antonio will head to All-American Ballpark to take on the Arkansas Travelers. So pretty good on that as well. Anyway, we're just about set to go as we are pretty much, again, late in this one in our broadcast. And so far, Corpus Christi in a 4-game winning streak tonight, Game 5 of the 6-game set. And we got to see if San Antonio can pull the rabbit out of the hat and get some wins going, because now we look at it, Bob, that San Antonio is in 3rd place in the South. The Rough Riders hold a pretty good lead, 15-10. Midland 13-12, and San Antonio 12-13. Amarillo and Corpus Christi tied at 10-15 of the year. Wichita and Arkansas and Northwest Arkansas 15-10 for 3 teams. Springfield 11-14, with Tulsa being down 10-15 for the year. Well, I got to say, John, these divisions are fighting over the first place win, and anybody, Wichita, Arkansas, or Northwest Arkansas, can move up to first place, and maybe Wichita can probably keep the first place if they beat the Frisco Rough Riders there at Statesman's Park, and they'd have to see what they do there. Yeah, for sure. Well, anyway, enough jibber-jabberish. We'll go ahead and get ourselves started with this broadcast. And this one brought to you in part by our friends there at beautiful West Creek Trail Rides. Book online or call the 210 number, and you will be directed to the manager, Lana. And pretty much it's a fun place if you love going horseback riding. Make yourself go out there and have the best gosh darn time of your life, I gotta say. But anyway, I was gonna say something else, but I don't know but it'll come to me and stuff. But anyway, well, we're gonna go ahead and get this one started. This has been our pregame show. Top of the first for Corpus Christi, ready to go in just a few moments. Back here from the ballpark when we start this ball game, and we're about ready to get going. So thank y'all, and we will see y'all in a few minutes. All right, who's ready for some Texas League baseball tonight? Yeah, Bob, we are certainly ready. As we take you now downstairs, and we are set to go on this fine evening. So sun starting to set. Just a one cloud or a couple of clouds out tonight. Unlike last night with the rain, we certainly got a pretty good day, maybe half an inch worth of rain. We've got a great home crowd on this Saturday night. Isaiah Lowe, a right-hander, will get the ball from the manager. And what is the scouting report on him, Bob? 4-seam slider, changeup, and a 2-seam fastball, but the weapon of choice is his fastball. And if you think you can see where he throws that one, well, you better look out, because he's coming after you. Corpus Christi second baseman, Jesus Bastidas. We'll get things going here in the top of the first inning. About ready to go. Let's play ball and have a good time. That one down and outside. 1 ball, no strikes, and we are underway. We got to say pretty good night as sun beating down. We have a temperature of 78 degrees. Beautiful night tonight. As we are 2 balls and no strikes already into the start of this ball game. And the pitch. That one is right there, driven up the left. That's a base hit, leadoff single. Well, and Corpus Christi comes in and gets the first hit of the ball game, and now the leadoff hit is a scorer's threat right there. Luis Baez coming in, and here's the pitch. That is chopped foul. The count now 0-1 to the Corpus Christi right fielder. As he comes in and starts getting something going. No balls, 1 strike. The 0-1. Down and inside, a slider will get him frozen on strike 2. Runner at first, nobody out. Early going to this broadcast. And the pitch. That one is right there. That's a line up to center. That's a base hit. 2 back-to-back singles. And boy, they are really starting to get something cooking here. Yeah, I got to say, John, 4 wins for Corpus Christi, and San Antonio just might have to get something going. The bullpen might have to intervene. Here is Luis Encarnacion as he comes in, fouls that one off. And it's the count now 0-1. First and second, top of the first inning for Corpus Christi. Lowe looking in from the stretch. Here's the 0-1. And that's going to get away right behind the backstop, and that puts runners at second and third. And boy, they are in a dangerous situation now as the wild pitch is the enemy of this ball club, and we'll say that was under the feet of the catcher and past the home plate umpire. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Encarnacion, and that's a strike inside. It's the count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count now in this broadcast. That one fouled in the way. The count now at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Beautiful night at the ball game, and our proud sponsors, West Creek Whataburger, Henry's Buffy Tacos, and our new one, the San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo. Right there, glove by Rojas, he got it. And right there, out number 1. Beautiful cat-like reflex play, and that is 1 away. Let's give the visiting Corpus Christi starting lineup. Bastidas, Baez, Encarnacion. Leadoff 3, Daniel Smith, Deming, middle 3, Cole, Jaworski, and Lavastida round out the batting order for Corpus Christi here this evening. Hooks left fielder, Zach Daniels coming in. As he's set to go with first and second. That one's going to be high fly in the air to left center. Joshua Mears coming in. Here comes a run. Going from third to home plate, and now another run 90 feet away. And Corpus Christi scores their first run with another run just 90 feet away. And here's Hook's third baseman, Cam Smith. Here's the pitch, and that's outside slider, and the count now 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes to count. And the pitch, right there, even up 1-1. So far, this game is a early Corpus Christi lead. It's 1-0. Boy, gotta say, people being loud with their motorcycles on Highway 90. Yeah, it sure is, John. Gotta say, those loud motorcycles and loud V8 engines are probably heard miles away. Yeah, for sure. Swing and a miss. Slider gets them down, and that ends the half inning. Well, 1 run, do believe, on 2 hits. No errors and 1 left. As we head now to the bottom of the first inning. And it's Corpus Christi leading this one 1-0. We're back here as we get start for the bottom half of the first inning on this Saturday night. As the Corpus Christi starting pitcher coming in on this one. Back for the bottom of the first, right here on the San Antonio Missions Radio Network. Well, thank you, Bob. We are now bottom of the first inning as we meet our Corpus Christi pitcher of the night. That is Jairo Solis. What do we know, Bob? 4-seamer, a cutter, slider, changeup, and boy, almost 100 miles an hour for the 4-seamer. That's pretty good right there. Well, we are bottom of the first inning. Left fielder Albert Fabian joining in the fray as we get set to go. Here's the pitch. That one driven up nicely deep to right center. Boy, 2 outfielders give it chase. That one is out of here. And San Antonio, by left fielder Albert Fabian, ties the ball game right there and then. And it's a 1-1 tie. 405 foot, 103 miles per hour. By golly, he tattooed it out of the park. Yeah, he sure did. He was the first San Antonio Mission player to tattoo it out of here, and he did a pretty good job of doing that thus far. Yeah, he sure did. Catcher, Ethan Salas. Coming in, takes a strike inside. It's the count now, 0-1. Post-game fireworks tonight after the ball game, and hope you guys sit back, relax, join us for the evening of fun festivities. And this one brought to you in part by our two favorites, West Creek Trail Rides and Dr. Pepper. Third in the order of the trying to think, my mind went blank, dadgum, I hate when that happens, but anyway, one away as Jairo Solis gets knocked out, and there is one away. Center fielder Joshua Mears coming in, and he'll take a strike on that one, and it's the count now, 0-1. Our third in the lineup for the proud sponsors is the San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo. Get your tickets right now as the new year 2026 comes in. And don't forget that February is rodeo month. That is high fly in the air, deep to center. Center fielder will run it down just shy of the warning track, makes the play. And that is out number 2. Well, here's the San Antonio starting lineups. Fabian, Salas, Mears will be the leadoff 3. Castañon, Campbell, and Roederer be the middle 3. Rojas, Cedeno, and DeVries round out the batting order for your San Antonio Missions here this evening. Here's the pitch right there and in for a called strike. It's 0-1. 2 away. Nobody on after a big bad power hitter like the leadoff guy, Albert Fabian, who puts one over the wall to right field, and it ties the ball game up. Now 1-1 for both Corpus Christi and San Antonio here this evening. Here's the pitch. That one driven deep. The boy up to the left. That one has a chance. It is gone. Look at that. 2 of them come in. Marcos Castañon and the left fielder Albert Fabian. They are the 2 power hitters of this ball club. And they are coming in tonight. Now San Antonio has a early 2-1 lead. And they mean business after losing 4 in a row to Corpus Christi. That's 417 foot, 106.1 mile per hour on that fast one right there. And here's right fielder Jacob Campbell. Campbell coming in as he bats a .222. Opposition at a .300. And couple home runs. He's had 4 thus far for the Missions and 5 RBIs. That one right there hit the third, slow roller, and that is out number 3. Well, San Antonio gets 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on for the home half of the first inning for San Antonio. And now we head to the second inning. The Missions up front by 2-1 against their neighbor rival Corpus Christi. Austin Deming will lead it off while we come back here. And we are so glad that you guys coming in to have some fun with us. We're back right after our proud sponsors. This one is brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides. Take it away, Bob. Yeah, for West Creek Trail Rides, join us every Sunday home game as they're proud sponsors in the San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo and many other proud sponsors that are here for our San Antonio Missions. Don't forget that Tuesday and Sundays are our broadcasts, home and away games are here. John Baker and I, we do our home games. Ben Gelman out on the away games. Feel pretty good on that. Well, gotta say, Ben Gelman has absolutely been on fire for the start of this 2025 season. And yeah, so have we. You and me, Bob, we make a great team. I mean, for a almost 32-year-old guy like myself. And how old are you going to be, Bob? About 73. Oh, hell. Okay, so you're going to be 73. Well, what is your birthday, partner? My birthday is in September. I didn't know that. Wow. Okay, so we got a guy that has a birthday. What day? Well, my birthday is the 29th. You're kidding. My dad's birthday is the 30th. Oh, wow. Well, that's pretty good. Oh, wait. Nope. Never mind. It's the 27th. I do apologize about that. So, anyway, my dad's birthday is September 27th. Yours is the 30th. So, that's pretty cool. And you'll be 73. And my dad thinking he's going to be 70, so that's pretty good right there. But anyway, we're about set to go for the top of the second inning for Corpus Christi. San Antonio up 2-1 as we get set for a little small break, and we'll be right back. Top of the second inning for Corpus Christi right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, leading off is the 6-hole batter for Corpus Christi, Austin Deming. As we get set for the top of the second inning, Missions holding a 1-run lead, and trailing is the Hooks. Right there in the count now, 0-1 as the first pitch thrown in for a called strike by Isaiah Lowe. Here's the pitch. That one high and outside for the ball. The count now 1-1. We got Amarillo at Midland. We got Arkansas at Tulsa, Wichita at Frisco, and Northwest Arkansas at Springfield. That one right there, fouled away. Near the bullpen, 1-2 the count now. Beautiful. Third day of May, right there. Cold third strike as he swings and misses that one. And that is out number 1. Corpus Christi center fielder. Here is a 7 batter, Zach Cole. Cole coming in, ready to go. Here's the pitch. That one high fly in the air. Campbell is running it, and he can't get there. That will bounce the base of the wall. Here comes a runner going to third. A 1-out triple by Cole. And geez Louise, that one really went flying. Now tying run. 90 feet away. And here is Chase Jaworski. Jaworski coming in, swings and misses at the initial offering. In the count now, 0-1. Jaworski batting a .332 in the average for the AA Hooks. The 0-1. Right there and inside. Called strike, and it's 0-2. 2-1 San Antonio, but this one is almost a tie nearly if a base hit gets that runner home from third. And that's going to be high in the air, and that'll drift out of play. Foul ball. What an awfully close situation on that one. Here's the 0-2. Right there. Liner up to center. Base hit. Tie up the ball game now at 2. Boy, Corpus Christi are still chasing the missions down. And that'll bring up the next batter up. Here is 9-hole batter, catcher Brian Lavastida. Lavastida coming in, and that's going to take an inside strike, and it's 0-1 to him. Boy, just got to love a beautiful third day of May night game, and so far pretty good on that one. That one right there, swing and miss. The count now 0-2. 1 away, 1 on. 2-2 ball game tie at this top half of 2 for Corpus Christi. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. A four-seam cut him down swinging. Third strikeout.
The second baseman.
Right up the chutes. 94 miles an hour by Isaiah Lowe, and number 80 is not happy about that as he goes back to the bullpen. Corpus Christi leadoff batter Jesus Bastidas coming back as he did for the top of the first inning. This is his second time batting. There's one for, I'm trying to see here. 1 for 1, a single. Thank you, Bob, for showing that to me on a piece of paper. Right there, hitting the gut of Marcos Castañon, and hopefully he is okay. Well, 1 run on a couple of hits, no errors, and 1 left on. 2.5, we're tied 2-2 for San Antonio and Corpus Christi. We're back after commercial messages. Bottom of the second for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. All right, the next batter up is the 6-hole hitter, Cole Roederer. As he steps in for the tie-breaking run. That one driven deep to right field. That is going to miss, as that will miss the right fielder's glove. And here he comes. He is going to get there. A double for Cole Roederer. Pretty good line drive base hit. I tell you what, this guy is hitting. Yeah, I got to say, John, the power hitters are out of the bullpen tonight. But who let the dogs out? Yeah, right. 7-hole batter, third baseman, Yendry Rojas. Coming in as trying to tie the ball game. So no balls to 2 strikes to count. And the pitch. That one hit foul up to the right field area. That would go out of play, and it's 0-2. Here's the pitch. And right over the head. And they're going to put a stop right there as they won't chance it. Now first and third. And that'll bring in Norwillian Cedeno. As he comes in, and he's set to go here in this one. Cedeno had the night off last night. And yes, the right fielder did as well. 8-hole batter, Cedeno, looking to get something going. Here's the pitch to him. That's a called strike. It's 0-2. Well, I tell you one thing, pretty good night if San Antonio could crack in some more. That one's going to be driven high in the air, and that's getting down. Base hit. And that puts the stop at second and third. A run in to score the RBI double by Norwillian Cedeno. As he comes in and delivers in a third run for San Antonio. Shortstop, 9-hole batter, Leo Dallas DeVries coming in. Takes that a strike inside. The count now 0-1. DeVries averaging a 312 over a 330. Not bad. Just got to keep going here in Double-A ball. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Nobody out 2-1 here in the bottom of the San Antonio second inning. That one's called third strike, and DeVries is caught looking. And the second strikeout for Jairo Solis. Get something going. Solo home runner, left fielder Albert Fabian. Coming in now is the first pitch thrown in for a code strike, and it's 0-1. Boy, just a beautiful evening for the ball game and blue sky on what could have been a yesterday, but we got the rain. We certainly needed it for tonight's fireworks show. Fireworks show will be over to the center field wall. So yeah, we are going to see that most definitely here this evening, as ground's nice and moist and pretty good. Catcher Ethan Salas getting ready to go here for San Antonio. That is right there and in for a code strike. It's 0-1. Jairo can throw a triple-digit 100-mile-per-hour fastball. And that is right there for a called strike. It's 0-2. Top of the third inning coming up. One more strike. Here's the pitch. And right there, that's the half inning over. A run coming in on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on as we head to the third for Corpus Christi. And it's a 3-2 ball game as we leave 2 innings in the books. So back for more as we head to the third right after commercial messages. Luis Baez will come in for the third inning for Corpus Christi when we come back. Well, we head to the top of the third inning for Corpus Christi right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, thank you, Bob. Here is Luis Baez as he's the tying run up for the Hooks. That one down and in, 1 ball and no strikes as we're underway at the top of 3 for Corpus Christi. 1-0 set delivery. Here's the pitch right there and foul. Then the count now 1-1 as that ball will roll in the backstop. 1-1 delivery. And right there 1-2 in the count.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Do apologize about that. I thought it was a 1-0 count, but home plate umpire Jeff Andrews is keeping tabs on me, so that's good. That one high fly in the air, deep to center, and Joshua Mears gets under it for the out. And Baez goes down retired. Corpus Christi first baseman Luis Encarnacion. Coming up now to the third hitter of the night, and right there in the end for a strike, it's 0-1. Boy, Isaiah Lowe now at 35 pitches for San Antonio. And the pitch. That one high fly in the air, and that is an 0-2 count as that will go out of play and landing near the berms out there in left field. 0-2 delivery right there out of play. So no balls and 2 strikes to count. And the pitch. Right there. High fly in the air. Up to right field. Campbell reaches up. And he's got it for the out. So 2 down in the half inning. Corpus Christi left fielder Zach Daniels coming to the plate now as he comes in. And he swings and misses at a low fastball. That should be a low slider type fastball right there, John. Oh, thank you, Bob. No balls and one strike. That one is a changeup outside, but the home plate umpire Andrews calls it a strike 0-2. So pretty good right there as he comes in. Here's the 0-2. Right there, swing and a miss, and the side is retired 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on for Corpus Christi. And we are 3.5 innings here tonight already in the books. San Antonio leads it 3-2. We're back here as we head for the bottom of the third when we come back. All right, bottom half of the third inning for San Antonio, right now the Mission's Baseball Network. Up next to bat, San Antonio center fielder Joshua Mears. Coming in and takes a strike, and it's the count now 0-1 as we're underway of the home half of three. That one is high in the air. Both outfielders giving a chase right there. Hit the wall. Boy, that had to hurt as he had to slam against it. San Antonio first baseman Marcus Castañon. Coming in right now is he's the solo home run in the first inning. It's a 1-for-1. Don't forget tomorrow afternoon, our final game of our 6-game set. San Antonio greeting the visiting Frisco Rough Riders starting Tuesday through Sunday next week. The pitch. That one high, deep, and that is out of here, gone. Second one of the night by Marcus Castañon. 2 home runs is 2 steak dinners for him. And now the Missions lead it by 4-2 as they come in on the offensive. So pretty good right there is now San Antonio up by 2 runs ahead of Corpus Christi. Right fielder Jacob Campbell. Campbell coming in, and he'll take a strike inside. It's 0-1 as he grounded out last time up as 0-for-1. Boy, just absolutely love a beautiful evening like it is. Clear skies. Hardly a cloud in the sky, but we did see a few floaty, fluffy clouds just not too long ago. And right there, out number 2 was Campbell is down looking. And 5th strikeout for Jairo Solis. San Antonio designated hitter Cole Roederer coming in now as he gets things going. Here's the pitch to him. That is a strike in the inside, and it's the count now 0-1. Pretty good night in the broadcast, and I would say, yes, it is a very good one. 4th inning coming up in this ball game. And the pitch. That is right there. Line drive. That is a base hit to left. A 2-out leadoff single by Roederer. Boy, that's what gets the home crowd going here this evening, as that'll bring up San Antonio hot corner third baseman Yendry Rojas. That one right there in the count now 0-1 as he was a 1-for-1 and a single in the ball game last time up. Rojas batting a .392. And that's going to be a base hit to center. That's getting through. By golly, and this double hitting is getting pretty good. So 2 back-to-back singles. And here's the 8-hole batter, Nerwillian Cedeno. Cedeno coming in as he RBI'd in the second. Is a 1-for-1 to the San Antonio second baseman. 2-1, 2 out here in this half inning, and that's a strike inside, and the count 0-2. Ray Gaither warming up as a right-hander for Corpus Christi in the bullpen. Pretty good right there in the ball game as well. Here is the pitch. Called third strike, and Nerwillian goes down. But Marcos Castañon gets his second home run of the ball game. And it's on now to the 4th inning. And it's 4-2 San Antonio. We're back after this as third baseman Cam Smith will join in the fray up for the 4th inning coming up. Alrighty, leading off the bottom of the fourth inning for San Antonio. Well, top of the fourth inning. Yeah, you're truly a knothead, Mr. Bob. Top of the fourth inning for Corpus Christi. Third baseman Cam Smith coming in. Pitch to him, and that's going to be hit to Castañon on the ground, and that is a step on the first.
The batter, the designated hitter.
And that is out number one. Bob, in high retrospect, time to pay attention and knowingly, I know it's not your fault, but just keep a close eye, okay? All right, I'm sorry. Corpus Christi designated hitter Austin Deming coming in as that one hits also to Castañon. He steps on the bag. There's two for him. And there is two quick outs here in this half inning. Zach Cole, Corpus Christi center fielder, coming up now. Jeez, and San Antonio just needs to try and get a win here tonight. That is most crucial after losing the last four in this six-game series. The 0-1. Right there and in for a strike, gets 0-2. 39 strikes, 6 balls, total of 45. The 0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. So 2 ground balls going to Castañon and then getting a strikeout. What a immaculate inning. Bottom of 4, and it is 4-2 San Antonio. Shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries will lead us off in the bottom of the fourth inning when we come back. Now you can say it, Bob. It's bottom of the fourth for the Missions right here on the San Antonio Baseball Network. Here is the number 9 hitter, shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries. DeVries coming in, takes a ball down and in. 1 ball, no strikes to him. 4-2 our score. San Antonio up 2 runs ahead of Corpus Christi. And did he go? Yes, he did. Peeled down by Jeff Andrews as he went around 1-1. Beautiful night. Stadium lights now taking effect as the sun goes down. Just a awfully nice evening here in Game 5. 2 balls and 1 strike to Leo Dallas DeVries. And that's a strike inside on the slider, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one hit high right there up to right field. And there is out number 1. San Antonio left fielder Albert Fabian is 1 for 2. Home run, an RBI, that insurance run. And the pitch. That one high and outside for the ball. The count now 1-0. Hopefully San Antonio can win this one tomorrow afternoon. And then starting a brand new week. Nope, that's down. Getting a 6-game set Tuesday through Sunday versus Frisco. The pitch is inside for the called strike. 2-1 the count now. After that, it'll be our road travel up to Midland. That one driven up nicely. That's a line drive up to left field, or should I say center field base hit. I apologize on that play, but Fabian will center that ball.
The catcher, Ethan.
And Jairo Solis giving up 4 runs, 9 hits, 3 1/4 of this inning. I've got to say, he might be getting tired out there. Yeah, I got to say, the manager's watching him too as they're preparing to get a new reliever out there on the mound for Corpus Christi. Ethan Salas coming in as the first pitch is thrown in for a strike. It's 0-1. And here's the 0-1 delivery. That's a strike out there, and the count now 0-2. Well, don't forget our afternoon game at 1:05 tomorrow. And right there, strike 3 called, and that is the 7th strikeout for Jairo Solis. San Antonio center fielder Joshua Mears coming up now. 4-2 in this broadcast, and that's an inside strike. It's 0-1. No balls and a strike. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. He went after the slider, and that makes him jump out of his baseball pants. No balls, 2 strikes. Ready to go. Right there, hit to the right field area. That's a base hit. And they'll throw it to third to make sure nobody advances to that area.
The first baseman, Marcos Castanon.
And that's going to bring in Marcos Castanon. As he comes in, and here comes the manager right now, as that will do for Jairo Solis. Give up 4 runs and 10 hits, and his evening is done.
Number 91.
Corpus Christi reliever Ray Gaither coming in as a 4-seam cutter slider, a 12-6 curve, and a changeup. But he uses the most important thing, and that's the fastball. Yeah, I got to say, John, his fastball is up to a 93-94 launch angle. I got to say, better watch him. San Antonio first baseman Marcos Castanon is at 2 for 2 here tonight with 2 home runs, 2 RBIs. So far, so good. He's doing great this evening for San Antonio. That's pretty good right there. 0-2. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a liner right there up to center. That's a base hit. And nobody chances it right here as bases are now loaded.
Now batting.
And there are 2 away in the half inning. So up now is the San Antonio right fielder, Jacob Campbell. Comes in, takes a cutter down and inside for a strike. Or should I say for a ball. Correct myself right there. Hey, wake up, will you? Well, I can say the same thing to you. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. That one outside, 2-0. Jeff Andrews keeping up on the updates. 2 balls and no strikes as he holds up 2 of his fingers and no strikes. I went down and in, 3 balls and no strikes. And boy, Gaither is in trouble now as he has nowhere to put anybody. So crucial that he finds the strike zone or whatever it may be. And that's a strike inside, 3-1. We're bottom of the 4th inning on this Saturday evening. And a pitch. That one is high fly in the air up to right, and that will pretty much do for this half inning. So it's no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 3 left on as they leave the bases loaded, and they tightrope out of danger. 5th inning coming up. San Antonio leads it 4-2. We're back as Chase Jaworski comes in. And we're set to go on the top of the 5th inning on this beautiful Saturday evening. And it is 4-2 in this one. Well, we're to the fifth inning here for Corpus Christi, right now in the San Antonio Missions Baseball Network. Well, next batter up is Chase Jaworski as he comes in. Is ready to go, swing and misses as that is underway of inning number 5. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. And the count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Right there, out of play, foul. Great crowd we have here tonight, Bob. Yeah, we sure do, John. That is right there, out of play, and still hanging on at no balls, 2 strikes. 4-2, San Antonio up ahead. That's right there, Castagnon. Throws, gets him right there as Isaiah Lowe leaves the pitcher's mound to cover the first base area. And that is out number 1. Corpus Christi catcher Brian Lavastida coming in now. And the pitch. And look out right behind him. That's for the ball. The count now 1-0. Lavastida coming on, and here is the 1-0. And again, throwing right behind his back. It's a 2-0 delivery as he's trying to dodge out of the way and try not to get hit. Right there, ball 3. And on deck now is Corpus Christi second baseman Jesus Bastidas. And here's a 3-0. And right there, and now we'll get him an automatic ball 4 on the hit by pitch right there. And it's 1 for 2, a single. Here is Corpus Christi second baseman Jesus Bastidas. Bastidas coming in, and that's going to be down and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. But the tying run coming in now for Corpus Christi. He's right here, and that is Bastidas at the home plate area. 2-0 the count now to him, and so far runner at first and 1 away here in the 4-2 ball game. That's right inside for a strike. It's 2-1. 2 balls and a strike, and the pitch. That one right there, that is driven, and that's going to land right in front of center fielder Joshua Mears. As that will be 2-1 and 1 away here in this half inning. Corpus Christi right fielder Luis Baez up now for the Hooks. And it's starting to get something going. The pitch right there. And that's going to be up. And that's going to miss right there. That's going to get down the base hit. And that will load up the bases. Boy, danger now as San Antonio is in a threatening state right now, as now bases loaded up for Corpus Christi. And here's the third hole hitter, Luis Encarnacion.
He's out.
And right there, that will throw too late. They get the runner out at second, and they cannot overturn the double play. And now the Hooks are a run trailing San Antonio. And so far, the tying run now 90 feet away, the third base area. First and third, here is Zach Daniels as he swings and breaks the plane. The count now 0-1 for the left fielder for Corpus Christi. Sacrifice fly RBI last time up is a 0 for 1. And the pitch. That one high in the air. And that one is blistered deep to left. And that is a ball way out of here. And Corpus Christi takes the home runs. And that's a 3-run shot. First one by Zach Daniels. 352 foot, 90.5 mile per hour on the exit velocity. And pretty good right there in the evening sky. And so far it was a pretty nice, well-defined base hit. Corpus Christi leads this ball game 6-4. San Antonio now trailing 2 runs shy of Corpus Christi. Hot corner third baseman Cam Smith 0 for 2 rounded out last plate appearance. So hopefully that San Antonio can find a way to get in and win this one. And right there is that almost hit the ground for the third and final out by Zach Daniels, getting the 3-run shot, and it delivers them into the front lead. It's 6-4 as we head to the bottom of 5 for the Missions. So Corpus Christi 6, San Antonio 4 here in this broadcast. Cole Roederer coming in as he'll lead it off for the bottom of 5 when we come back. About ready to go for more Missions Baseball as we head to the bottom of the fifth right now for San Antonio. Here is John Baker to bring you more. Thank you there, Bob. And gotta say, Cole Roederer, the next man up. It's Corpus Christi leading this ball game 6-4. They put a 4 up in the top of the fifth inning, and that's going to be driven up nicely up to the left field. It goes foul. And that is 0-1 the count now. Just a nice evening here, and that's going to be right there. Slow roller to second, right to first. Out number 1 with room and time to spare. And that is the first out away for San Antonio. Mission's third baseman, Yendry Rojas. 2-for-2 with 2 singles the last time up to the plate. That one in for a taken code strike. Gets 0-1. And the pitch. That one high in the air, and that will not reach the ground. Almost did. And that's out number 2.
Now batting, second baseman, Nerwillian.
Nerwillian Cedeno is up now to the plate. 1 for 2, a double RBI. Pretty good right here as if they get back on base and try to prevent any more runs coming in for Corpus Christi to score in. That's the count now 1-1 to Cedeno. Cedeno back in the lineups tonight. That is line foul 1-2. So yeah, pretty interesting evening as Corpus Christi strikes for 4 top of the inning, and that's going to be line drive to right, a base hit. So pretty good as
number 94.
we get going. And here is Leo Dallas DeVries. Leo Dallas coming in, hits one high in the air up to left, and that is out number 3. Room to spare in the left field areas. That left fielder runs it down. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left for San Antonio. Top of the 6th inning coming up, and it's Corpus Christi leading this one 6-4. Well, about set for more baseball as we lead off the top of the sixth inning for Corpus Christi. Here is Austin Deming. Yeah, you almost got that one on your rails there, Bob. Yeah, almost. That one high in the air as Castagnon near the first base area makes the grab for the out, and there's the first one retired here in the top of the sixth inning. Center fielder is Zach Cole. Tripled and run last time up. 66 pitches here in this broadcast for him. He's the starter for San Antonio. 6-4 Corpus Christi, and they try to bunt his way on. He throws, doesn't get him. He's on base.
The batter, number 1, shortstop.
Boy, I tell you one thing, the bunt attempt always works, I imagine. Yeah, it sure does there, John. As you can see, the catcher gets in and intervenes in a way that he doesn't get him, and now you got a fielder's choice in the inside base hit and stuff. Here is Chase Jaworski, the shortstop for Corpus Christi. 1 for 2, a RBI single. Back in the second.
Runner.
1 ball. Now here comes a runner trying to steal, and that will be a count now 1-1. As that one goes foul. 1 ball, 1 strike, and that's going to be right there. Line drive. Mears getting after that one, and that's out number 2.
Now batting, catcher Brian Lavastida.
Brian Lavastida coming in now for Corpus Christi. And here's the pitch to him. That's a inside strike, and it's 0-1 on the inside corner. And it's 0-1 to him. The pitch right there, swing and a miss, and it's count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 6th, Corpus Christi 6-4. 2 out, a runner at first. And the pitch. Swing and a miss right there, down and in. And that's the side retired as they don't get nothing going. And they're still a 6-4, 2 runs ahead of San Antonio. Fabian Salas and Mears will be the leadoff 3 coming in the bottom of 6 when we come back. It's Texas League Baseball, Corpus Christi 6, San Antonio 4. Bottom half of the sixth inning for San Antonio, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Left fielder Albert Fabian coming in as we start up the bottom of six. And the pitch. That one driven up nicely deep to right. And the right fielder's going to run it down. Where's that going? It is gone! Right there, home run. Sidewalk souvenir by Albert Fabian. Second one of the day. Holy mackerel, that was pretty cool as he gets in and blisters that one out of the ballpark right off the scoreboard. 381 feet in the air, and boy, I bet tonight San Antonio will say, hey, you know what? We've lost 4, and we're not going to take any more of this. You know what? Now batting in the catcher duties, Ethan Salas, as he's 0 for 3 and 3 strikeouts tonight. New score, Corpus Christi 6, San Antonio 5. We're in the bottom of 6 on a beautiful Saturday night. That one high in the air, deep to right field, and the right fielder runs it down. Out number 1 as Salas goes down, retired. Joshua Mears, 1 for 3. Singled last time up. And a pitch. That one is blistered. That one's high. And he hits the wall.
The first baseman, number 6.
Nearly hitting the wall. That is caught by the center fielder for the out. Marcos Castañon, 2 home runs today for him. And trying to make it a 3 for 3 day. As they come in and try to get something going here. And putting San Antonio back in the lead. Castañon to 2 home runs. Trying to make it 3 for 3. And right there, magic word was said. Right on the foul pole. And that's a tater. We're tied at 6. Santa Maria, holy guacamoles. 355 foot, 105 and a half mile per hour. And yeah, that was right off the foul pole. As you hear the big doink right there. And that's 3 for 3 for center fielder Joshua Mears. San Antonio right fielder Jacob Campbell coming in. Strikeout, fly out, ground out, 0 for 3. And he's going to get one. That one's deep. That is off the base of the wall. Here comes Campbell up for a 2-bagger. That's the tie-breaking run now in scoring position. By golly, in a tight ball game, that makes it really good. They come in and have a good night thus far. After losing the last 4 of this series, it's starting to look like it's fixing to change right here, right now. Boy, Ray Gaither looks like he's fixing to get out as Corpus Christi pitching is a low confidence in Ray Gaither. Designated hitters, Cole Roederer's 2 for 3. Double, a single, and a run for him this evening. And a pitch. That's going to be right there up to the right field area. And that will end this half inning. But 2 runs come back to tie it up as we now head to the 7th inning. And it's a 6-6 ball game. San Antonio and Corpus Christi tied 6. So we'll be right back as the leadoff batter, Jesus Bastidas, will lead it off for the 7th inning. Top of the seventh inning for Corpus Christi, right now on the San Antonio Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. And gotta say, this ball game has really been a foot battle, or should I say, a foot race. Yeah, you're right about that, John. We are 6-6 as we head to the seventh inning for Corpus Christi. And so far, we are going very strong here tonight as the Missions and Hooks battle it out for this evening's ball game. Anyway, about set to go for the top of the seventh inning. Here is the leadoff hitter, Jesus Bastidas.
Now pitching.
Time is called. Here comes the pitcher.
Number 60.
In relief, here is Omar Cruz. Cruz now pitching for San Antonio in this half inning. Well, we're going to take a pause before the seventh inning, and so far this one is brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides and Dr. Pepper, proud sponsor of tonight's fireworks shows. So we're back here at the ballpark as Bastidas will firsthand meet Omar Cruz. And he pitched to him. That one high pop up right there. Castañon, shy of the plate, will make the grab for the out.
Now batting, the right fielder.
The one away, and the right fielder is Luis Baez. He's 2 for 3 and 2 singles coming in this ball game. We're 6-6 tie. That is right there and in for a strike. And Bob, you could come in anytime and do some with me if you want. Well, thank you, John. I really appreciate it. And that one driven high in the air to Cedeno, and that is out number 2. And 2 away here in this ball game.
Number 4, Luis Encarnacion.
Well, here is Luis Encarnacion, Corpus Christi first baseman, strides to the plate. It's okay, Bob. Just take your time.
Ball 1.
Change up to outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Final game of the 6-game set tomorrow afternoon, 1:05. Gates open at 12 p.m. on the dot. We are changing that 12:05 to a 12. So get your mission tickets right there. Fabian cannot get it, and that's going to get down. And both outfielders try to chase it down. And it looks like that's going to be an inside the park home run. Can they get him? Yeah, they got him. Right down at the plate. Cut down from scoring in. Beautiful as they tried to score in a tying breaking run. And we now head to the bottom of the 7th. We're tied at 6. What a magnificent play to make an immaculate inning come to an end. Well, it's 7th inning stretch time here at the ball game, and we are tied 6-6. Last of the seventh inning for San Antonio. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Well, thank you, Bob. And we have a new pitcher on the mound for Corpus Christi. Miguel Ulola will get in and start pitching in relief. A four-seam slider, curveball, and a changeup will come in for him as we get set stuff going for this bottom half of seven. And the pitch now. That one high in the air, and that will not get down. That is out number one as Yendry Rojas. One pitch, a high fly. And that'll bring in the second baseman, Norwillian Cedeno. 2 for 3, a double single, an RBI for him. 6-6 tie. This ball game itself. And that is over the pitcher's head, a base hit. Boyd trying to come back in this game and tried to untie it. Here is the shortstop, Leodalis DeVries. And that's going to be right there. That's going to be driven nicely. That'll get down, and that's going to get the tying run right there unbroken, and it's a 7-6 ball game as San Antonio takes it back. Boy, pretty good right there as the Missions don't quietly go down without a fight against their neighbor. San Antonio left fielder Albert Fabian coming in, drills one high in the air and up to left, and that's going to be a fly out again for 2 away. But a runner in scoring position as second, but a run in to score, giving San Antonio 7-6 against Corpus Christi. Catcher is Ethan Salas. Bottom of the stretch inning, one more time. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be hit right to second base, and that concludes the half inning. Leodalis DeVries whacks in a run, and boy, they did a pretty good job on that as they now in front of this ball game by 7-6. So Zach Daniels will come in for the top of the 8th inning for Corpus Christi. And it's San Antonio 7, Corpus Christi 6. Top of the eighth inning for Corpus Christi, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, here's the next batter up. Number 4 hitter, Zach Daniels. Daniels coming in, ready to go. And the pitch down and in. 1 ball and no strikes to him as we're just underway of the eighth inning. 2 more innings set for this night game, and so far the tying run for Corpus Christi is Daniels as he comes in and tries to get something going. 2-0, here's the delivery. That is a strike inside down at the kneecaps, 2-1. Post-game fireworks extravaganza. Boy, a nighttime win would close out the 4-game losing streak for San Antonio, winning the last 2 of this 6 games, and so far it's a repeat of what happened in Amarillo when we took on the Sod Poodles. Right there, the third baseman Rojas takes it himself for the out, just shy of his post, and that's 1 away. Hot corner, Corpus Christi third baseman Cam Smith. Strikeout and a flyout, ground out, 0 for 3. You know what happened in Amarillo during that time was a sad state of affairs as San Antonio lost all 4 of their games, and I've got to say, well, should I say 5? Nope, never mind. It was a 4-game that San Antonio gave up, that evidently came back and won Thursday, April 24th, a 12-11 ball game there at Water Ridge Field, and then a 4-2 on a Sunday, April 27th. Then they lose the others, so it was a 4 out of a 2 in that 6-game set there at Water Ridge Field. No balls and a strike to Austin Deming. That one is high fly in the air up to center field. Joshua Mears waits on it. Throws it to Sedano, who's covering the second base bag. And he's got it to reinforce the out. Corpus Christi center fielder is Zach Kroll. 2 away, runner at first. Tie-breaking run is coming in. Or should I say the tying run? I apologize about that. But anyway, tying run coming up at first. Go ahead is number 6, Cole.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
That one right there, 1 ball and 1 strike. Certainly love the Corpus Christi look. And evidently, the new look in jerseys are really, really good. They still represent what Corpus Christi is. Blue, gray, and a little bit of white on there. Should I say dark blue and a light blue and a gray, which goes perfectly on the combination of colors. Omar Cruz talking with home plate umpire Jeff Andrews, wondering where that ball was, and evidently he comes in and says, okay, well, if that's called a ball, that's all right. And that one right there, fouled ball, and the count now still holding on 2-2. Top of the 8th inning. And the pitch right there, high in the air and up to the fence, as that will go out of play in a souvenir foul. So holding on 2-2 is Zach Cole. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he's a downer going out. And that will end 8.5 innings worth of baseball as we head to the bottom of the 8th, and San Antonio leads at 7-6. Center fielder Joshua Mears leads it off in the 8th inning when we come back. We're about ready for the bottom of the eighth for San Antonio. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. A 7-6 contest for San Antonio. Here's the Mission center fielder, Joshua Mears. Mears coming in and takes a direct strike in the inside of that strike zone. It's 0-1 to him. Mission's trying to level the plane. That one drilled. Baby, it's gone. And San Antonio getting one on Joshua Mears, his first one of the evening. And that puts him up 8-6. Boy, tonight, San Antonio getting up there as, yeah, they had a high-scoring game last night, but losing that one. And it was a 14-13 loss as Corpus Christi won that one. Here is 2-home-run shot for San Antonio, Marcos Castañon. 4 for 4, a 3-run home run, a single that delivered in 3 insurance runs on his favor. That one drilled. That one's deep. And off the base of the wall, Castañon going to second, and he's in a stand-up double. Boy, and San Antonio doing really good on this night. And yeah, they are not going quietly as they did last night. The last 4 nights in a row, 4 out of the 6-game series has been lost to Corpus Christi. Time is being called as here comes the manager, as that will do for the starter, number 74.
Now pitching.
Well, we are going to have Blake Wyman, a left-hander, coming on to pitch in relief for Corpus Christi. And pretty much this will get going for the Hooks. Corpus Christi, after tomorrow taking on San Antonio, they head on the bus back home and they take on Midland. Right there, liner, and that's going to be a base hit. And they get one. And that is a 1 out as the runner from second. Boy, that guy, there's a crazy guy out there somewhere. Well, Cole Roederer coming in now. I don't know if you heard that one guy go, ha ha. Oh, I bet that guy is just a big fat goofball right there. Oh, yeah. Ha, ha, ha. Very funny there, John. But Cole Roederer coming in is, that's going to be right there. Line drive. That's a base hit to right. Well, it gets through for a base hit, and now 2-1 and 1 away. And that's going to bring in Yendry Rojas. Boy, everybody just getting in the mood for a Missions win and plus a fireworks show on top of that. That'd make a Saturday evening look really good. Yeah, sure would there, John. It would do pretty good if San Antonio gets out of a 4-game losing streak and starts winning in a winning streak. Yeah, for sure. That one is a hard hit. That one up to right field, and that's going to get up into right center. And here comes another. And, boy, I tell you what, they get a pickoff as they get Rojas, and they get a 2-more run lead, and San Antonio has 10-6. And right there at the plate, good angle from the third base area. as the third baseman Rojas is picked off. Here is San Antonio second baseman Nerwillian Cedeno 3 for 4. Double singles, a RBI and a run for him in this ball game, and that is down and in. The count now 0-2. San Antonio 10, Corpus Christi 6. Bottom of the 8th inning, 2 away. That one high right there, liner up to left. That's a base hit. Well, a pretty good night if San Antonio finalizes the win, and hopefully moving on into tomorrow, which our ball game broadcast time is 1:05. Leo Dallas DeVries, a 1 for 4 with the double, knocks in the RBI. .916 on this evening, as we started at 7 o'clock. Last night game for a while till we take on the Rough Riders. The Frisco Rough Riders coming to town. Looked at the weather forecast, and it said that we're 100% chance of thunderstorms on that day. And that one called third strike, and that is the third and final out. And with that, the side is retired. So Corpus Christi down against it, as the Missions have a 10-6 advantage. They lead by 4 runs. And it's on to the 9th inning as Corpus Christi down to their final 3 outs. Chase Jaworski coming in now, as he will lead it off in the top of the 9th inning when we come back. Top of the 9th inning for Corpus Christi, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. And Chase Jaworski coming in now as Corpus Christi down to their final 3 outs tonight, trailing a 4-run against San Antonio. Well, pretty good, as now the Missions double digits tonight in this ball game itself. And the 0-1. That one hit high in the air up to right fielder Campbell. He'll make the grab, and that is out number 1. Brian Lavastida coming in now. Hit by pitch last time up. Run is 0 for 2. Here's a pitch by Cruz. And that one's going to be a liner up to right field. That's a base hit. Campbell getting all the way to the wall. That would be a one-out double. And Corpus Christi has the 7th potential run for them.
Second baseman, Jesus Bastidas.
And that'll bring up Jesus Bastidas. Leadoff batter for Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi fans up there at Bayfront Park, get ready because your Hooks come home. 6-game set versus Midland. They're at beautiful Bayfront Park. Boy, I love going to Bayfront Park, but all the more reason is we spend 4th of July, half a series up there in Corpus Christi, and then it's off to Wichita. Thinking right after that. That's a 3-game set. Well, split half. 3 with Corpus Christi, 3 at Corpus Christi. We'd have to look at the schedule on that. And so far, let me see if I can find that. And that's going to be a pitch clock violation. And that is in right there for a ball. So 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch right there and in. And it's the count now 1-1. So yes, I was right the first time. Missions will go to Corpus Christi after a short 3-game set with Corpus Christi at home. Then it's off to Wichita.
Nope, that's a ball.
Take on the Wind Surge there at
1 strike.
the porch. And it's back home, taking on the, where was it? Oh, July, right there, Amarillo. It's Amarillo and Midland. Amarillo coming in, and right there, that's the ball game as San Antonio strikes in and wins this one, and they will finally put a 4-game losing streak to bed. And how do you like that? A final score of 10-6. San Antonio propels to the W. Omar Cruz getting the win. Miguel Ulola will get the loss here for Corpus Christi. So that will just about do it for this evening in the contest. And so far, a pretty good evening for San Antonio as they finally win a ball game after that series finale up in Amarillo, and they come back and win it here. We're getting one more game, and that is tomorrow. And the Rough Riders will be here on Tuesday through Sunday this next week. They're pretty good on that. So it's a leadoff 3 with Amarillo, 6 games with Midland. Then it's off to Frisco. July 29th through August 3rd, it'll be a 6-game set at Frisco. August 5th through the 10th, we're back home for a leadoff 6-game set with Springfield. August 12th through the 17th will be at Tulsa. And then it'll be our last time of the year taking on Amarillo. The last 6-game meetup here at Wolf Stadium. August 26th through the 31st is our last 6 games up in Frisco. And then September 2nd through the 7th, we are down to our last homestand taking on Corpus Christi. September 9th through the 14th, we are up in Springfield, and So far, we are getting our 2026 schedules. We will tell you that a few months from now. About August 3rd, we're expecting those schedules to be released. So anyway, pretty good right there. Well, anyway, our game time tonight was 2 hours and 25 minutes here in the live stream. So pretty good on that. And so far, it was a nice evening. Boy, fans watching the fireworks right now is, boy, the second one of the season, I should say, going on. But anyway, Miguel Ulola is the losing Corpus Christi relief pitcher. Zach Daniels at 1 for 3, a home run, 4 RBIs with a run. Luis Encarnacion is 1 for 4, an RBI and a run, and also a triple. Jose Bastidas 2 for 5 with 2 runs. Zach Cole 2 for 4, a triple and a run. Marcos Castañon 5 for 5, 3 home runs, 2 RBIs that led to a 3 RBI 3-run. Albert Fabian 3 for 5, 2 home runs, 2 RBIs that led to a 2 runs. Joshua Mears 2 for 5, home run, RBI and a run. Cole Roederer 3 for 5, two doubles and 2 runs in this one. Marcos Castañon, look at him as a player of the game in the Texas League. The winner for tonight for San Antonio is Omar Cruz, as he comes in to win it for San Antonio here this evening. Missions take Game 5 of this 6-game set, and tomorrow is hopefully San Antonio taking that one as well and winning a series finale to conclude a week worth of baseball. Well, one more game and we're off Monday, and we stay home and say, hey, the visiting Frisco Rough Riders coming into town, so that's going to be pretty good. Boy, I can't believe it. 1956, Mickey Mantle had a 210 opposition. That's just pretty wicked. But anyway, Mickey Mantle is a big living legend when it comes to him, who served in the past in the major leagues. So far, pretty good on that as well. So far, one more game tomorrow afternoon, I should say, 1:05, our first pitch. The gates open at 12 noon. San Antonio and Corpus Christi taking each other on for one more time in this first half of our 12-game homestand. Don't forget, it's birthday week for me, as San Antonio play hosting the Texas Rangers, the Frisco Rough Riders, coming into town as we get set for birthday. And it's for my birthday on Thursday, May 8th, which that is a day that I go out and celebrate, but even though work one day, then go back and have a great weekend celebrating a birthday. And pretty much I don't think family will be coming down anytime soon. I texted my stepmother and I was like, man, I tell you what, but boy, howdy, motorcycles just interrupt the conversation. I will say, I was talking about my stepmother, and I was texting her, and I was like, well, you coming down for my birthday? And she's like, oh, I don't think so, but we'll see. Hopefully they'll change their mind, because I'm pretty much off on that day that we have my birthday and stuff. But anyway, it was a pretty good day today. And Bob, I got to say, we've had a good night thus far, and got one more game to go here in this half of this 12-game series here at home. And so far, our fireworks just going crazy. Well, for San Antonio, let's go ahead and give you your runs, hits, and errors tonight. For San Antonio, 10 runs, 22 hits, no errors. And for Corpus Christi, 6, 11, and 0. So nobody made a single error. As of last night, there was one error committed by San Antonio. And so far, the Mission's shortstop came in and got the error. But anyway, yep, we are having a pretty good night thus far with the fireworks show, and it is really nice to see some popping fireworks. You know, everybody is sitting back in their seats, just watching the fireworks from center field. And boy, what an awesome night it has been for both of these ball clubs, Corpus Christi and San Antonio. Hooks have one game left in San Antonio, and it's off back home as they take on Midland through Tuesday and through Sunday as well. So that's going to be a pretty interesting homestand there at Bayfront Park. And then, well, we have the Rough Riders being here, and you know, Wichita is going home, I think, to take on the Springfield Cardinals. I'd have to look. And anyway, we'll go ahead and get loaded up into the first pitch app. Corpus Christi heads home to take on Midland. San Antonio stays home, taking on Frisco. Pretty good on that. See, Wichita goes home to take on Northwest Arkansas. Oh, excuse me, they do not go home. Oh, major look right there. Their first stop goes to Frisco. Their second stop goes to Northwest Arkansas. So they are 12 games on the road. Well, San Antonio has 12 games at home, so that's pretty interesting. Let's see, the Springfield Cardinals head to Arkansas. And, well, okay. Oh, here we go. We're starting to get some games called here tonight. And so far, let's go ahead and mark them down in the book. So San Antonio ties up 13 even. And that will put Corpus Christi down to 10 and 16. A pretty good night, but evidently for San Antonio to claim the second place position, they would have to win tomorrow afternoon's game. And so far, that'd be pretty good right there. So the next game that's called is Northwest Arkansas getting that 16 to 10. So it looks they are going to take the first place real easily. I'll go ahead and get that out of my way so I could get that done. So Northwest Arkansas is 16 and 10. Springfield is 11 and 15. So wow, that was pretty interesting. So go ahead and move that down, and now they are 16 and 10 with Wichita being tied up with Arkansas 15 and 10. Say we got any more? Amarillo leads 4-0 against Midland. So I think Amarillo will claim the 11th. Don't know if Midland could pull that out of the hat or not, but now it's 11-15 for Amarillo. They beat Midland, and now it's 13 even, tied up with San Antonio. So wow, pretty good on that. We're going to go ahead and see what's going on in the Frisco Metroplex as the Rough Riders. Frisco is 5-1, bottom of the 8th inning. And so far they are not done yet. So they still got a little while on that ball game and not a decision made. It is 3-3 tied with Arkansas and Tulsa. They're at DCJ Field. They're top of the 9th inning with 2 outs, a runner on scoring position. And so far, our 4 ball clubs remaining is Wichita and Frisco, Arkansas and Tulsa in this one here tonight. So far, if Arkansas wins, they'll be 16. They'll move up to second place. Wichita will fall down to third. And, well, so far, they would have to see how they would turn out that one. But anyway, San Antonio winning tonight in the final 10-6, and the fireworks show has concluded, and yeah, the fans are now exiting the stadium. So pretty good day today as the Missions winning this one, and so far it was a great one here this afternoon. Well, going into the latter part of the evening, and yeah, I gotta say it was a fun day on a Saturday evening, closing out Game 5 and fireworks show right after that. But anyway, oh, excuse me, I get a little yawny right there, but anyway, we're doing pretty good on that. So Arkansas and Tulsa tied at 3. It's the 5-1 ball game in Frisco as the Frisco Rough Riders lead Wichita by that score of 5-1. So it looks like the Rough Riders could see their 16th of the season in the wins. So pretty good on that if they win it and get something going. Well, back here at the ballpark as we bring you the closing on this ball game. Well, thank you, Bob, and gotta say to all of everybody that attended in tonight's ball game, it was a pretty good evening. Well, one and all, the Missions win this one 10-6, our final. They take Game 5 and say it like it means. It was a pretty good day. Well, we're back here tomorrow afternoon at 1:05. The gates opening at 12 noon with sunny conditions, it looks, with a temperature of 83 degrees. And pretty good on that, too. Well, gotta say, this is the end of our broadcast. And we thank you guys and girls for tuning in to this broadcast. See y'all tomorrow, 1:05, first pitch against Corpus Christi. This has been Missions Baseball. Bob and John signing off. Have a good night, and we'll see you at the ball game tomorrow afternoon.